30-day fitness challenge. Let's go ahead and get started by doing a little bit of a warm-up. Coming down onto the mat, we're gonna start with cat-cow. So I'm gonna come into quadruped position, shoelaces down on the mat, shoulders right over the wrists, and then all I wanna do is take a giant inhale, opening up my chest, taking my gaze up towards the ceiling, and then as I exhale, I'm gonna tuck everything in towards the center, arching my back. Inhale up, dropping the belly button down, exhale, pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Now as I'm in this cow position, open up the chest, and as I move to cat, really arch the back, pressing through to the shoulders. Now let's move on to our next exercise, which is in the same position. You're just gonna move into bird dog, where I reach opposite arm and opposite foot in opposite directions. Coming back to center, switching sides. Now you wanna try and maintain your balance without losing the hips. So staying nice and strong throughout the core. You're just gonna be alternating opposite arm and opposite hand, opposite foot and opposite arm. Pressing through your heel, reaching with the opposite hand. You wanna keep a nice flat back. Coming back to center. And then getting ready to move into our next exercise. We're just gonna tuck the toes, bringing the hips up, start with the knees bent. And then as you lengthen the legs, we're just gonna reach one heel up towards the ceiling, bring that foot right back down, and switching sides. So straight line from my hands to my hips, and then straight line from my hips to my heels. I'm alternating by lifting one leg up and then the other, reaching through the heels, trying not to point the toe, pressing through the heel, lowering down, and then just switching sides. When I lift one leg up, I don't want to twist the hips at all. I want to stay facing down towards the mat. From there, we're going to lower right back down to our knees, tuck the toes under, come up to a bear plank position, and then I'm just going to step one foot back, step the other foot back. I'm in push-up plank position, and I'm just going to alternate between going through the two. If you're having trouble balancing your knees up off the ground for about an inch, you can always lower the knees, pause for a second, lift up, and then restart. So I'd come back to center, I'd drop my knees, lift up, and step back. Or you just can keep the movement moving. And then we'll move to our next exercise, which is where we'll be coming up to standing. So head and come up to standing, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your knee and hug it into your chest by pulling on the shin, lower this leg down, and switch sides. So hugging knee into chest, and then switching sides. Really just opening up the hamstring by lifting through. Try to keep the chest up tall, hug the knee into the chest, and alternate sides. So this should feel good on the hips. We got about 10 seconds here, and then we're gonna move into something that I like to call a standing oblique exercise. Let's do one more on each leg, pull it in, here. Now, standing hip distance apart, hands go behind.